my sweet friends, my name is Adele and welcome back to another video. Hello everyone, I am here. I have not gone away again. Life has been very busy recently. We have sold our house, we are out of Texas. I still have video footage to edit, and I was going to start working on editing all that video footage once we got here and kind of were settled, but a lot has happened. So I'm going to be doing sort of like a life update situation because, like I said, a lot has happened, and I just kind of want to fill y'all in, especially for those who don't follow me on Instagram. And we're going to be doing like a Q&A, just a quick little Q&A, general stuff, writing stuff. But before we begin, I do want to take a second to thank Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. They make super cute, sustainable jewelry. So Ana Luisa has graciously sent me these 3 pieces. I've got a ring here, and this necklace. This is the first piece. It is this beautiful ring. It is called Amara, Mother of Pearl. So it is 14 karat gold plated, and that is Mother of Pearl. It's got a little like star in the center. This ring is next, and this truly is super dainty and small and thin. It is also gold plated sterling silver, and it is all recycled. This Ana Luisa is sustainable, which is important to me, and the stone there is white topaz. Oh, and the ring is called paisley. And like I said, all of their stuff, it is sustainable, it is recycled materials, which again is very important to me, and they are a carbon neutral brand, and so I do feel good supporting these things and telling y'all about them. This necklace is the last piece right here. Honestly, I think this one might be my favorite of the 3. Again, it is all coated in 14 karat gold, and the stone is green aventurine. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, but it's super pretty. Kind of looks like green topaz or like peridot. Oh, and this one on the website is called Miche. So like I said, it's a sustainable company. They use sustainable recycled materials, and it's all super cute, honestly. And luckily for you, you can use my code to get 10% off. The code is AdeleMarie10. It will be in the description box below. Please go check it out. There's a link to their website. You can use my code for 10% off your next purchase. Thank you again to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video and sending me these pieces. I am very grateful. They also came like right before my birthday, so it was like a nice little birthday gift for myself, and I just feel super cute. I feel so like elegant with them on. Once again, thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video, and don't forget to check out the link in the description below. Alright, now moving on to the Q&A and life update. I'm probably going to do the life update portion first, just because I can kind of just get out of the way, get it done, and then we can go into the questions. But yes, we have moved. We are out of Texas. We are no longer living in Texas. We are, like I said, staying at his parents' house. They have 2 properties, one in Canada, one here in Kentucky. So we are watching their parents' house, his parents' house, for the next few months. We are taking this time to sort of rest and relax, or that's what we were going to take this time to do, was rest and relax, and then travel, kind of explore a little bit. I was also kind of using it as like a writing retreat, creative retreat kind of thing, and we were going to go to a few different states that we've been looking at, where we actually like will be moving to after we're done here. So we got here in Kentucky, I think it was on the 29th of July. His parents were here with us for the first few days, and then the morning of August 1st, which is my birthday, they were going to be leaving, heading back to Canada, and the morning of August 1st, they left super early in the morning, like 6 a.m. Wasn't raining, there were no issues. They left, and we went back to bed, and then a few hours later, we were woken up by the neighbor pounding on our door, the front door, and so Alec got up and he's like in his underwear, and we were like literally out of bed. We had just woken up, and he went, he answered the door. We were like super disoriented. Opens the door, the entire street is flooding. was like, y'all need to move your cars. We're having a flood. Alec came back, he grabbed the keys, and I'm still laying in bed like, is everything good? Like, he ran out there again, still in his underwear, and moved our cars into, because they were like on the driveway. We have like a carport. He moved them up into the carport because it's like at a like a slight incline. In the area where this house is, where we are living in eastern Kentucky. It's a very rural area. Specifically the town where we live, it is a very small rural like mountain community. There's like 1,000 people. There's no phone service. We do not have cell service at our house. So like anyone who doesn't have an iPhone, because I have an iPhone, anyone who doesn't have an iPhone, we can't get their texts, we can't get calls. We have a house phone here, so we use that, but like we can't text anyone unless I'm messaging like through a different app or something. But yeah, super rural mountain community. And if you've been watching the news, especially I guess for my American friends, the eastern Kentucky flooding that was happening, and we were in one of the towns that is featured in all of the news stories about the flooding. His parents had just left, so we are now the only ones here. Neither of us have ever dealt with floods before. There's one room in the house that it used to be the garage, and then the people who lived here before converted it into just like another room, and so for the time being his parents have been using it as just like a storage room. They've only lived here for about a year, so it's still pretty new to them. And so it was basically just storage. Everything's in boxes and bins, and we went in there and like we could hear it and you could see it, and like some of the corners of the room water was like coming in, and we were like do we move? I guess we should move everything, because like we didn't know how high it was gonna get, but like it was, you know, stacked, you know, and there were a lot of like plastic bins on the bottom, so we were like, maybe it's okay because it's, you know, they're plastic bins, they can't get in. But we didn't realize how high the water was gonna get, so we kind of like, when it started coming in, started moving some of the boxes inside. It was very scary, it was very panicky, like I said, disorienting, and then like the water was just rising and rising and rising, and suddenly all of the boxes are just like toppling over each other, and boxes and tubs are just like open and like floating around, and it's like loud because you can hear the water like rushing in, and I'm smiling as I talk about it, but like it was truly like the scariest day of my life. Basically we lost a lot of stuff, and the water rose almost over the entire mailbox. It was like 1.5 feet up our cars, up my car. Mine is like smaller and lower to the ground. Our cars were soaked in the bottom. We have to get our cars fixed. I'm currently waiting to hear back from insurance about my car. We have to get the AC ducts under the house like replaced, and that whole room was ruined. All of the bins and boxes, almost every single one got water in them, and a large portion of what was in those boxes were his family's heirlooms and photos, documents, just special family photo things. And his family, especially his mom's side, has such a rich history. So Alec is half Filipino, his mom is Filipino, and like they have a whole history of, you know, stuff from the Philippines and family in Vietnam and Guam and everything. His great-grandpa, his mom's grandpa, he was like a super prominent figure in the Philippines in like the early 1900s. He was like a really big figure. He like wrote their national anthem and all this stuff, but So there were like photos and documents, and there were original, he was a composer. There were original works of his, like that he had written on, like that had never been published. And just all sorts of stuff like that. His mom's wedding dress, just like childhood things, and a lot of it was unsalvageable. So basically the water just got into that room for the most part. It was very close to getting into the house in other areas, but it was truly very scary. The water ended up just receding, going back down, probably within 2 or 3 hours, maybe like 3 or 4 hours. And there were like people from like Red Cross, like in like waist deep, chest deep water in the streets, like walking from door to door, like trying to help people. And honestly, there were places in this area, and just in eastern Kentucky, that were affected way, way worse than us. You know, people's whole houses, entire houses, cars were destroyed, swept away. People have died. There have been plenty of people injured, and were missing. And it's been a huge deal. It's been a huge thing here. But yeah, within like 3 to 4 hours, the water went down. And we had been in contact with his parents this whole time this was happening, and they had actually turned around on their drive from Canada to come back here. And then they got here, and we spent the rest of the day literally just cleaning up, trying to salvage what we could. We spent like the next 3 or 4 days just cleaning up, salvaging what we could, throwing things away, and it was very hard, especially I know for his mom. I would never wish this on anyone. Again, there were people way more affected than us, and we are very grateful to both be here. It was truly very terrifying. I never want to go through that again. So we spent the next few days cleaning up, and then when most of it was cleaned up and salvaged what we could, his parents went to Canada, and then it was just Alec and I here, and dog meat, of course. And then the AC went out because the ducts underneath the house were damaged in the flood. So then after that we were like, okay, we're just going to go to a hotel, and all the hotels around us were completely just like full up. And so the closest hotel we could get was an hour and a half away, in West Virginia. And just a nice little real quick tidbit, if I have any subscribers who know Mabim Bam or like the McElroy brothers, the hotel we stayed at for a week was in Huntington, West Virginia, and I was like, oh my god, I literally, this is a complete side note, but like our hotel was on the same street as the place like where Sydney works. I was like, where are they? I'm gonna find Justin. And at this point in time, it is like our place is mostly cleaned up. So many other places have still been affected, and it's still kind of raining, and so it's very muddy. It's still very like, it's not back to normal. It's not like clean. Oh, and also the day after the flood happened, the Kentucky government told anyone who was like in contact with the water for any amount of time to like go get their tetanus shot. So like we all went to the hospital because they were doing free tetanus shots for people affected by it. So we all had to get our tetanus shots. So basically, I feel like I've been talking a lot, and I don't mean to like make the whole tone of this video like, whoa, but we stayed in the hotel for a week, then we came back, and we have slowly been getting things fixed and figured out, and back to some sense of normalcy. I haven't left. I am here. Yes, I know I said when we got here that it would be like a writing retreat, a creative retreat kind of thing. And we were gonna like take time to like rest and relax and just like veg out and do nothing, and that has completely been just like thrown overboard. So we haven't had any of that. It has felt non-stop. We've had a little bit more time to relax in the last few days, which I'm thankful for, but we're still very much just recuperating from that, rebuilding, but we are all okay, and that is what's important. And we just want to say thank you to just all the local organizations and charities. People have been donating from like all over the state, all over the country, and it's been a huge help. We've had people like people from organizations who have been getting donations coming to our house and like donating stuff for us. Like we've gotten like water and like snacks and canned goods. It's been really nice. Everyone's been super nice and helpful. I'm here, I'm safe, we're out of Texas, everything's fine. I didn't forget about y'all. Still very much here, going to make videos, going to do live streams. I get a lot of questions about if I'm gonna keep doing live streams. And I'll go ahead and answer that now because that was a question I got a lot actually for this Q&A. Yes, I'm going to be doing live streams. I'm planning on having one next month in September, so keep an eye out for that. It is not created yet, but I have not left y'all. I am here, I promise. Things have just been ridiculous, and we're just kind of slowly getting back into the groove, or I guess creating a groove, creating a routine, because we got here and we're here for like 2 or 3 days before all that happened. So we never really got like, you know, a baseline or a normal, so we don't know what back to normal looks like. It's just a lot, but we're here, we're excited. I keep saying that, I'm gonna keep talking in circles. So that's my life update, and thank you all so much for being here. Truly, I do appreciate it. We're gonna go ahead and move into the Q&A. I'm just gonna answer a few little questions, just life questions, general writing questions, stuff like that. What started your passion for writing? I've been writing for a very long time, since I was a child. I feel like that's how a lot of us start out. I don't know, I just, as a kid, as a young child, I read a lot of books. I really enjoyed reading, and so then I wanted to write books, and then I really enjoyed writing. I wrote my first book when I was 6. It was not good, but yeah, I don't know, I've just been doing this ever since, and it never went away. It never was like a phase. I just have never wanted to stop writing and reading. What was your biggest hurdle this year, and how did you overcome it? Probably everything I just talked about was the biggest hurdle. Like I said, it was the scariest day of my life. I never want to go through that again. And we're still kind of in the middle of overcoming it, and in that healing process. How does one plot? It's so hard. Every plot I come up with sucks. I definitely feel that. I do relate to that. I'm going to be just like, I'm gonna be starting like a video series, just going over each step in the process of writing a book, and like how I do it. So I will be talking about that. I have, I think, done some videos on this. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but I'm sure if you just like go on my channel and search plot or like outline, I believe I have talked about this a few times. But my biggest thing, my biggest word of advice is like asking questions, like what if questions are really big, or like cause and effect, like if this then that kind of thing, and just kind of like letting your mind think of whatever it wants, no matter how crazy it is, and writing everything down. Have you seen any TV shows, YouTube videos, video games, films, etc. that have been inspiring or great? Yeah, I mean, I love media. I think that's super important, especially just as writers. We consume a lot, obviously, like mostly books, I would think, and just, you know, I get a lot of inspiration from media that I consume. I think I've mentioned before Project Orion, which is my main story that I've been working on the last few years. It's been taking me quite a while, but it is inspired. It takes a lot of influence from things like Final Fantasy, Dishonored, those are both video games, and BioShock Infinite. I really love stuff like that. I love that style and aesthetic. But yeah, I take inspiration from stuff like that all the time. What are you currently reading? I'm currently reading the second book, oh, I suddenly can't remember the name of it. The second book that, the one that everyone, I finally started reading that one series that everyone talks about. Not Sarah J. Maas, who's Lee Bardugo. What is, hold on, let me get my Kindle. Okay, so I'm currently reading Crooked Kingdom, which is the second book of Six of Crows. I think it's a duology. I started reading this series, I started reading it a few months ago, and it just kind of took me a little bit, obviously because we were like packing and getting ready for the move and everything, and it is very good. I have been enjoying it. Like I said, I'm on the second book. I'm still like somewhat in the beginning. I'm like in the first quarter of the book, but it's been very good. I really do enjoy them. What are you most proud of about your writing? That is a good question. I mean, I guess if I had to say something, I guess my descriptions. I feel like I'm a very descriptive writer. Vocabulary, I'm very good with vocabulary and spelling. Always have been, and it's something I just really like. So I think vocabulary, spelling, like grammar, like sentence structure and stuff like that, I really enjoy and I've always been very good at. So I would say either that or like my descriptions. So those are all of the questions I'm going to be answering for now. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, sorry that this video is a little rambly. Hopefully I have edited it down a little bit so it's not too rambly and long, but just thank you so much for being here. I promise I haven't left. I am still here. But I am ready to start making more videos and just getting back on a consistent schedule. I will be doing a live stream soon, and I'm hoping to start making those a regular thing again. As of right now, it's probably going to be like once a month, and then maybe one day we can get back to like 3 or 4 a month. Once again, thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video and sending me these pieces. Please check out the link in the description box below. You can use my code AdeleMarie10 for 10% off your next purchase. And truly they are super cute and sustainable, which I love. So thank you for sponsoring. Please go check them out. Alrighty, my friends, that is all I've got for you today. Comment down below, let me know how you've been. It's been a second since I've been here and talked to y'all, so yeah, let me know how you've been. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you are new here, feel free to subscribe if you do feel so inclined. It helps the channel out a lot. It helps our community grow. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I really, really am so grateful to be here and be able to talk with you all like this. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.